Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and it is the beginning of March, which means it's the Paper Funday challenge for March, and it's a challenge for all things paper, where I'm working with the creative team. And our theme this month is anything to do with weather. So I've chosen some photos that are showing that summer has faded and winter's on its way. So I've got some scraps here that I'm going to pull together with this beautiful Vicky Boughton paper. I absolutely love this one here. It's just gorgeous. I'm going to use the side with the mesh type of print on it because I love the golds and it just reflects the colours of my photos beautifully. So the first one I'm cutting is 6 inches by 12. The next piece I cut was 2 inches by 12. And I have got this scrap that I'm going to put through underneath the two pieces, and they reflect the colours of the photos as well, which you will see very soon. Now we are a blog, and it does have a challenge for you. You can join us on the blog and upload your challenges and share with everybody your creativity, which I hope some of you will have a go at doing. There are lots of card makers that join in with the theme, and there are lots of cards, so it'd be nice to see some scrapbookers join the blog and put up their interpretation of the theme. So as I said, I'm using these papers here to create this beautiful layout, and I'm just trimming down a frame which will go to the back of this base that I've created, and I trimmed off 1/4 of an inch from each one so that I could put it to the back. Now with this beautiful cross-hatched paper, I have cut a 5x5 square, which I have then cut diagonally because I'm going to use 2 pieces, one at the top and one under the photos, to create feature points on the layout. And I just love the colours. Look at it. Vicky Boughton's work is just outstanding. I love her bright colours. I love everything she produces, and this paper does not let you down. So I'm putting that crosshatch one there at the top, and I'm now going to match the photos with the blue, and that will pop the blue. That's why I've chosen that scrap in behind with the blue and the green, because it reflects the colours of my photos. These photos were taken way back in 2020, just before we went into our very first lockdown actually. I had gone to a conference for work, and we had time to do our own thing, and the grounds around where we stay each year at this conference are just magnificent. And so I took 2 as the sun was setting, and I took 2 in the morning, and they show that winter was coming. Winter was kissing the landscape with the fog and the mist, while the sun was setting beautifully in the afternoon of an autumn afternoon. But it was really the end of our summer. In Australia, we don't have autumn often. It's sort of just a passing through. We sort of have maybe some autumny feel to it, but generally we go from hot to cold. And there's just this fleeting little moment where we get these cool mornings and cool evenings, and the photos just reflect that beautiful time of the year. So I've just trimmed a little bit of this paper into a single strip, which I'm using it as an anchor point for my photos, and the triangle that I have there covers up the missing piece that allows me to extend it across the page. So for some of these photos I'm going to pop them. They're the double matted ones, and the single ones I'm just going to put down in the center. Now that red strip there acts beautifully as a landing ledge, and it's that horizontal design again that is quite universal and can be used in so many different ways. As you can see, I've gone in a raised, then flat, raised, then flat motion with my photos, and that adds dimension, and it also adds interest to the layout. Now with the back of that crosshatch paper, I'm now going to create like a backing behind, so it's layering up the papers. It's putting that splash of red to lift the whole layout. Joins in with the crosshatching on that top piece of paper, but it also reflects like the red sun, and you can just see that in that very first photo, that reflection as the sun is setting. I'm adding now 2 tags that I'm going to make, and to make a tag is really easy. You just fold it in the center and trim off the 2 corners, and that gives you a neat, perfect, balanced, symmetrical tag. I'm punching in the 2 holes, and of course you don't leave them naked, you should dress them, and I've just got some jute string here in the light brown that I'm going to use to dress my tag. And I am putting a knot into it so that it will not come undone and will stay as a feature in those tags. I'm going to tuck 1 tag up into the top behind the photos. That's to cover up that space where I've stretched the red. And also I'm going to tuck 1 down here under the triangle to add a feature for a cluster to sit. I use my die cutting machine, my manual metal dies, to cut this tab here. And as you see, I have a terrible time getting it to stay in place. So I first of all try to do it with tape and it doesn't stay. Then I do it again and it still doesn't stay. So I have to open it up again for the second time. And then I end up just settling by putting down some glue to hold it in place. It is very frustrating, I can tell you that. Sometimes it works really well and other times it doesn't. And this was one of those ones where I had a lot of time fiddling getting that to work for me. So now I have got a layered effect up there behind those photos, and that's really important. And I'm going to put in a faux tab here down the bottom to create that follow through. Now I have this great clock which I've had sitting on my desk for ages, so I thought this is perfect because of my title that you'll see I'm going to call this in a moment. And I'm just tucking in some flowers that I've cut out of a Vicky Bouton paper there to create my 3 clusters. And this is from one of Vicky's paper repacks, and the words "Time to Chill." I think that's perfect for this winter theme. And as you can see, I'm going to play around with the placement for a while because I'm not sure how I want it actually sitting on the layout, but this seems to be giving me the right vibe. So out of the leftover paper, I cut out these 3 leaves, which I put into the cluster. I've added the word capture onto my tab, and then I've built those flowers up with some pop tape to give dimension. To finish it off, I've added in 3 sets of Nouveau drops in 3 spots, and that sets up that visual triangle. It also completes that cluster so they sit beautifully. And as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it just needs a little bit more to seal it off and finish it. So I go and I have gotten my stamp, my messy stitching stamp, and I'm going to add like double rows so that it is super messy. Looks like I've gone backwards and forwards over with my sewing, which is another different effect to the layout. It adds that little bit of extra interest for the eye to follow around. And I do the double again there, just so it looks like I've gone back over the design twice. Then I'm going to add it in along the bottom, and I'll do that by using my hand to put the stamp down. I find that's a lot easier. Probably should have done the stamping first before I embellished it, but that was an afterthought, and that just shows how easy it is with these silicone stamps to be able to manipulate and add the stamping features in at a later time. You'll also see down in the bottom right hand corner I've added some journaling, and it just talks about the end of the season and the change of the season, how it's so effective with the light and photos. So there's the clusters. You can see I've got 3 clusters which set up that visual triangle. I've got my journaling there, and those photos are just beautifully now placed along the horizontal center, giving balance to this layout. So I'm hoping that I've done something here to earn a thumbs up from you. If you're new to my channel, consider subscribing for more ideas and more inspiration. Don't forget to check out the blog, details down below for this month's great challenge. I want to see how clever you are. Please join in the fun. It is a really good challenge, and we do get to vote on a winner. I'm on the design team for the Paper Funday challenges. I really do hope you come and join us over on the blog. Thank you for watching once again. Happy scrapping till next time, and here's my next video for you. See you in the next one.